Hello and welcome to Indie News. This is our first episode filmed on March 5th, 2018. Welcome to the brand new show known as Indie News, where we're going to cover all the top stories that have been featured on indieadvocates.com that we have gotten through creators to help advocate for them. We're excited by this new program. For those who don't know, Written Sins recently changed our brand name from Written Sins to Indie Advocates, which you guys can see here now. This was done. A lot of people asked why, who didn't see the initial posting of it. This has been done because at a Comic-Con, when I had to explain to people, and you have a limited amount of time with people, and you want to spend the most amount of time, you want to be able to pitch it right. So when I'd hand them a card, it said Written Sins, and the first thing they go, well, what is this? And then, oh, it's the International Digital Comic-Con where we advocate for indie comic books and creators. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. There was a guy who turned around and said, well, why don't you just have a name that says that? And you know what? Some people with the as you guys can see, WS is there. And we're going to get into WS's role in a few minutes. It became problematic. People didn't get it. When I say Indie Advocates instantly registers, people get what I'm talking about. People are excited about it. We had a bump of 200 new subscribers since we announced the news. So, I mean, if I say I run Indie Advocates, you guys know what I'm talking about already. You intuitively know what the site's going to be about. I was sad to see Written Sins go, but that happens. You got to learn. You got to move on. Written Sins will be back for a different thing in 2019. I haven't given up on the name. WS, we're going to talk about in a few minutes. And there was a lot of voting that went on, and I'm hoping to get to that in the program. So let's jump in and let's talk about what happened today on our site. And it was a busy day, so let's get to it. Of course, this is our first episode. You guys can see it's all new graphics. Now, one of the things I'm going to be asking you guys, and you guys have been very involved with the evolution of Written Sins into Indie Advocates. One of the things that I almost don't think fits now is Last Rites. It kind of played off the Reaper and all that, but now that we're Indie Advocates, I don't know if Last Rites works as well. You hear in the background, Jax is having fun. He's playing with his new toy he just got for his birthday. So he's just an excited kid. Back and before they blast off is maybe a new name for that show. Maybe that'll work better than Last Rites. We're going to be voting on that very soon. You can get your copy of Night Today by hitting this link. For those who haven't read Night, you guys are missing out. Amazing book. Check it out now. Dirk Manning. If you guys have not seen a Dirk Manning panel, I have. I've been in the room with Dirk Manning. He's amazing. He actually filmed this a few years ago in 2012. Definitely still current, definitely something you guys can watch and learn from. Check it out today. Art of the Day brought to us by Chris Foreman. Check out this amazing Viking-inspired art. We were passed this from Harold White and Michael Metlin. It was sent to me when she puts the collection on notice. Check it out. It's got some interesting art. It's definitely an enticing way to talk about things that are going to be coming out soon. We have the Creative Process press releases. Now, this is one of the things that we are going to try to revamp. It's going to need a little bit of time. It still has a lot of Written Sins references, but I want to kind of give it an overhaul because some good comments have been made and we've learned from it. So expect that to be relaunched in the coming weeks. But for now, it's still current. So I've allowed it to stay in the rotation until I do revamp it. The Creative Process, Self-Discipline, brought to us by Will Smith. It's an amazing video. Take the time today to watch it. I think it's all 90 seconds, but it will make you look at things differently. Lou Andy gave us some Christmas in March with this Batman as a Christmas tree from the Birds of Prey. I really dug it. Kind of reminded me of, the fact that Christmas is going to be here before we know it. So, I mean, we're going to be talking about Christmas. You guys are going to be like, wow, it's Christmas already. This year is going to go by like that. So, it's coming for us. It always does. A new series from Spotty Entertainment. I'm sorry if I sound a little congested. I'm going through allergies, so sorry if I sound a little nasally. I'm trying to make my voice a little deeper to compensate for it. So a new series from Spotty Entertainment. This is going to be coming from Guido Martinez and Marcel Dupree, which means it's going to be an Evolutionine also crossover event. So we look forward to seeing more about that in the coming weeks. The Unsettled get Villas. Carlos Villas, amazing creator, amazing artist, actually helped out George Coleman Admark. I've never asked him how to say his last name. I should. Jr. And it looks amazing. Take the time to check it out today. Give your eyes, a treat. A few characters from Rochelle Universe now in pre-order. Check it out. Click the link, and you'll be able to get some Rochelle books delivered to your local comic book store. Enter Dulce. This is an amazing project that's coming. It's been very covert how we've been talking about it purposefully. Check it out today. The Libertarian comic book is in need of We the People. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the coming weeks. Still haven't subscribed to Sebastian and Jesse's vlog? What's wrong with you? Now's the time. Hit subscribe. Check it out today. Tommy Sharp's in the building. How you doing, Tommy? This Kickstarter will make you crack. What is it? It's a Nightmare on Egg Street. Yes, I like puns, and I'm not going to apologize. Cornrows is coming. Brian L. Hawkins, creator of American Kingdom, is bringing us a fantastic urban hero. Can't wait to see when this gets kickstarted. You're going to have to check it out. We've been running stuff for it all the time. Something Cosmic is coming to C2E. This amazing new project is worth checking out. We have a sneak peek if you hit that link right now. New comic series from Galaxia. This kid is in trouble. Find out why. From my hometown in Queens, New York, comes Snow Days. Check out why it was creator spotlit by Madeline Holling-Rising. Lucha Mystery release video. Check out what the mystery is with the Lucha today. XCT's first book, I should put an apostrophe S there, is now available off of Kickstarter for the first time. Get your copy today. Gary Scott Beatty thanks, and apparently I spelled thanks wrong. 2 errors I have to fix today. Thanks, spell check. All backers who got Horror Mystery Adventure, that's a Betty graphic novels Kickstarter, to be funded. Angelica Reigns returns soon. I can't wait. I loved Angelica Reigns. One of my favorite books from 2017. I can't wait to get 2018's second issue. I want to know what happens in the story. Steve, by the way, is actually in issue 2 of Aftermath, The Fetish Babies. He is an Easter egg. He has his own Patreon page now. Check it out. It's really freaking cool. And I'm continuing. This is all today, guys. This is we had a busy first day on the job. Today's our official first day as Indie Advocates. We're all switched over. Who is Julius Gray? Click to find out. 116 hours ago, we started an epic marathon. This was when we first launched. I'd never heard of a site doing a marathon. So we did a marathon where for every hour we gave you something, a thread. We showed you some new stuff, new content, art. It was amazing. I don't think I'll ever do it again. It was just, you could set it up to do it, but then you have to watch it every hour. And I became obsessive where I almost didn't sleep because of it. Yeah, I got that crazy with it. So I'll never do it again. But we might run a marathon. We might do some marathon things, but never that kind of length. It was crazy. Oh, no, not Ruby. What happened to Ruby K? You guys got to sign up for the newsletter to find out. Free comic alert from Butch the Butcher. Check it out today. Multi-Larceny, a science fiction crime comic of infinitive potential. Multi-Larceny one-shot crime comic, a crime story with science fiction twist, heroes, victims, villains, connected in a race of time and space. It's part of Kickstarter Last Rites, which we just filmed a few minutes ago. Now in Indie Comic Previews, Seat Seekers 1. Those who don't know, Indie Comic Previews is, of course, our online magazine, which shows you all the amazing books to get. And we are going to go ahead. This is all from March 4th. So just wanted to give a quick heads up. The Autism Awareness and Education needs to spread the message. The, as I always call it, the Optimist trailer has been funded. So thank you for everyone who backed it and supported it. and we're actually going to have an ad on it for indie advocates. We actually, I broke down and bought an ad for us, so we're going to be traveling with the Optimus trailer. So kind of stoked, kind of excited, and of course, I want to just give a quick shout out to Ramil, who did the amazing art for us on this first program. Just an amazing thing. So I am very appreciative of that. We're going to quickly jump over to our group. You guys can see all the things I look at constantly. So we're going to go over to the group, and we're going to look at hopefully some polls, because I said that we were going to talk about that. So let me see if I can get the polls. Oh, here we go. POLLS, polls. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. And it's no, oops, you guys should be seeing that stuff. Keep your eyes to yourself. I don't even know what any of that says, to be honest. I gotta look at it when I get off. No, it doesn't show the polls, of course not. Okay, so one of the polls that we had, and it looks like something cool is coming from Kevin, and you guys can see that. Let me see if I can get these polls up. I should have dug these up before I went on. So we asked a bunch of things. I'm going to get to it. So all this I did today. Okay, so one of the first things we asked about was what color would the site be? So the site colors are orange because you guys picked orange. How cool is that? Then we asked how should our brand name be written? So all caps for you guys. You liked it. 11 people voted for it to be caps. So there we go. We're going to be all caps now. Then we asked, should Spoken Sins be renamed? It is. It's getting renamed Creator Talk. I am in talks with actually Kevin about doing it about Kaiju gods. So I'm excited about that. So let me see. I think there's at least one or two more. Here we go. Okay. So this program got named. Its name got picked by you guys. It is the successor to WSN News. You guys chose Indie News, and that's what we're going to be doing. I kind of wished we had gone with Advocating News, but Indie News is a better roll off the tongue. You guys do like the new look, which I appreciate. And the sad news, the fate of WS, he is no longer in charge of Written Sins. Jackson Anderson will remain the CEO of Written Sins, but Indie Advocate's going to go in a different direction. He is going to be retired into a comic book, hopefully coming in 2019. Maybe sooner if I can get things to line up right, but we are going to... The Reaper is no longer in charge of Indie Advocates. Kind of sad for me. I kind of liked it, but kind of having a fictional character running a website when you want it to be taken very seriously, I could understand the drawback in that. It's you know, as a creator, you always like to leave your mind and imagination, but this is becoming something bigger than I never ever expected it to be, and I thank you all for that. And as to show you my appreciation for that, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and just what I want, and I'm opening it to you guys to let you guys are telling me what you want, and that's what we're doing. I'm giving you guys what you want. It's this is an evolved Written Sins. It's Indie Advocates. This isn't just about me anymore. It's clearly about us. We've become a community, and Indie Advocates represents that community better than Written Sins ever did. I'm very proud of what I did with Written Sins. I will be using the brand for something else in 2019. I'm so proud of WS and the story that I gave him, but I understand it's organically a time to move on to something else. And I'm excited about the future, and I'm excited that you all are going to be coming with me on that journey. Thank you for all the feedback. It helped realign the site. We're going to go into This Week in Indie Comics in just a second, but I want to also talk about our brand new revamped menu. Now, I took a lot out. I literally completely got rid of the old menu and started over from scratch. And I've made it a lot more user-friendly. I have About Indie Advocates, how can we advocate for you? The 7 deadly questions have been removed, and instead we have 7 questions and 7 questions and to create. It should be 7 questions to create. Seven Advocating Answers. Clearly, some bugs still left over. It was a major rehaul, so there are going to be some things popping up in the next few weeks we'll get to. But that'll be one of them. Our social media presence, so you guys can now find us, how to contact us, and even how you can join our staff and join the press room. The Creative Process is our program where we help you guys learn something new about how to create comic books and even how to go to cons and stuff like that. It's definitely an educational tool. The seven Advocating Answers plus interviews, we wanted to remove the sins from things because some people reacted to it in a way that we never intended, so it's no longer there. Creator Talk is listed under here, as well as Be Your Own Advocate with the 7 advocating questions. That's a way for you to take an actual interview and then give it to us, and we'll put it on the site. And 7 Reasons to Back the Kickstarter. I really like this. I really like the new organic name of it. This is exciting for you guys who run a Kickstarter. It gives people a reason to do it. Anytime. I mean, you got a Kickstarter. Caleb is saying that he wants to do Creator Talk, man. I'd love to have you back on the show. I'd love you to be on it. I'd love to hear more about. And I got the. For those who don't know, I'm trying to do a review. I'm just trying to get the time together. It's a lot going on in my home too. The last couple of weeks. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I got to read all 4 books at one morning. Where I think I woke up early because my back hurt. I read it and I was just blown away by the power of it, reading it. I was always a big fan. You guys have always heard me talk about Alter Life, but reading all 4 issues together and now knowing there's the 5th one, oh my God, I've called it the Black Mirror comic. It really is. It belongs on Black Mirror. And I've told Caleb he's got to reach out. He's got to reach out and he's got to get on it. He's got to get on Black Mirror. That is how good this story is. So when we go down this rundown, I'm going to tell you which one it is. You guys should back it. Reviews. This is just editorials, which is people doing the reviews of things that aren't necessarily approved by us, but we give them the latitude to do such. In other words, it might be something negative about an outside entity, or it's just their own take and opinion on it. Hence an editorial. Book reviews, comic book reviews, Comics Unknown, which is an amazing site that does amazing work. The actual creator is getting married, so he's been a little busy with the upcoming nuptials. So he will be back, I think he said summer, with a whole bunch of reviews. Then you have my reviews, which of course I'm going to be doing for Alter Life very soon, next 2 days for certain, outside of, something happening. Movie reviews and TV reviews. Creators Alley. This is going to be something we're going to really start to push now as we stream down and we know what we want to do now. Cosplay is going to start taking a bit of a backseat. We really tried to work with it in the last couple of years, and we've never found a great way to do it other than just showcasing cosplay. So that's what it's going to be. We tried to do interviews. We tried to showcase creators. You guys can see that there's nothing down there. It's nothing, no harm, no foul, not angry about anything. Just, like I said, this is a revamp of also a restreaming of giving you guys what you wanted the most. You guys like the pictures. It was hard to get cosplayers to actually take the interview and follow through with it. So it just became something that was no longer worth our time trying to follow up with them. They're not great at tagging us to continue covering them. So there's no harm, no foul. We're just going to give you cosplay. If someone asks us to put it on the site, you guys will see it. So it's just the emphasis is going to be a little bit away from cosplay, a little bit more on indie comics. But if you're a cosplayer and you want us to showcase you, let us know how we can help support you too. Advocating affiliates, of course, are Autism Awareness, R4AU. You know about the Autistic Jedi. Comics Unknown. Convention Scene gives us all the conventions where creators aren't at. Kids and Creators is where my project of Jaxie Anderson and hopefully the upcoming comic book, if I can ever get it together, that's a coloring book, will be hosted off of. Site Creators, my own site, I became an affiliate. I thought I deserved it for everything I've done. So, and I am now the voice of indie. I'm the advocating voice of indie advocates. Sinful Comics is where you guys can get merch for the site. We're going to have to sell out of all the Written Sins merch before we think about doing new merch for the site. We might kickstart the new merch for the site. And The Veteran's Wife. I promise it goes quicker. So comic books is pretty much easy. You got Patreon's been added in, webcomics. Mr. Anderson approved, Free Comics, comic book publishers. Then you have Kickstarter, which is Kickstarter Talk, Kickstarter Last Rights, 7 Reasons, back at Kickstarter and Indiego. Then you have our Indie News, the Comic-Con Highway, which is now very neatly done. Convention scene is on top. Indie Advocating Exits, that's where we'll be. Whether it's me, Chuck, or the Jedi Mom, we will be adding reporters, but this year is kind of a training year. We'll see who earns a spot in 2019. But for now, they'll be doing things. They just, I want to see that people can represent us the right way. And I think that's with anything that you want to do. You want to know that the people can do what they need to do. So we have a couple probies, we'll call them. Midwestern exits, Southern exits, Western exits, and the Comic-Con experiences. Now, cool thing about the Southern exits is we went ahead, because Florida's so big, we made Florida exits. So that's kind of cool. This week's exits, you'll find them on right there, very easy. It used to be part of this, but now we've actually made it a partition, so that's how easy you can get to it now. We have the indie comic previews, which of course you'll see indie comics all over. We're going to be adding to that a lot coming up soon. Get featured here. So this is an actual link to our group, but I figured if I put get featured here, people would understand if they join the group, put their stuff in, they can get up there. And if not, they ask a question. That's what our contact page is for. This is our video and podcast library. Art of the Day, our store where you can buy the Written Sins merch, t-shirts to support us, and then This Week in Indie Comics, which we're going to go into right now. This is a libertarian comic book, is in need of we the people. Whether you're from the left, the right, or centric politically, our intention with this book is to make you think. It's okay to disagree with us, and that's important. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm not choking because of that, I swear. I support what they're trying to do. It's a little political. We try to stay away from this, but I like the fact that they're trying to engage a conversation. It's not about bashing my side versus your side. So I do think it's worth checking out. And I've always said it, if you're going to talk about politics as a creator, make a comic book. And that's exactly what they're doing. So I think that's very smart. And we just did The Last Rights right now. This one's from February 12th. I have no idea why this one is actually here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that, but we do have the new issue number 9 that we just filmed, and we'll swap that out. Like I said, a few glitches still here and there. It was a lot to redo and a lot of things to change around. Autism Awareness is about education and acceptance, educating the public about acceptance, special needs children and their value. Most autistic children and adults don't communicate or socialize the way typical individuals do. Autism Awareness, R4AU, attempts to break the barrier and help kids connect. They need a voice, and we give them one. They're our future. Buy a patch today to help support them. They've got the trailer, but now they need gas money. They need hotel lodgings. They need even tickets, because sometimes you got to buy a table to be there. And this is about spreading autism awareness. Every patch helps them go to that. Please, please support them today and wear a patch that shows you support autism awareness. And remember, supporting Kickstarters can only take a single dollar. $1 show support attracts attention, help funds projects, supports indie creators, and helps create new worlds. And it also shows your friends that you're backing this. And you know how it is. If your boy backs something, you're going to want to back it too, son. Oh, look, I grew up in Queens. Leave me alone. Kickstarter for the Independent Creator. 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding. It's by Madeline Holling Rising, amazing creator. Just got off of Kickstarter with the amazing Boston Metaphysical Society. Very excited to read that. The Mechanical Plague, basically. Crazy Nine. Crazy Nine is part of our Last Rights, and time is running out on this graphic novel anthology riveting comic. Crazy Nine is a new drug on the streets, requiring the ultimate sacrifice in order to gain the power of the subconscious. You actually got to shoot yourself in the head to get powers. That's just crazy. Simon Blood, Volume 2, the graphic novel, is by Gina Carle and Favalia Garacuzzo. And I know I'm saying that wrong, and I apologize. If you're in the mood for some multi-larceny, there's a science fiction comic of an definitive potential multi-larceny one-shot comic, a crime story with science fiction twist, heroes, victims, villains connected in a race of time and space. I wonder, this is not to pick on them. I do this a lot. When I write something, I read it out loud 2 or 3 times. I wonder how many people do that with their pitches to see how easy it rolls off their tongue. Because some of the pitches sometimes they're well worded, but they're hard to say. Believe it or not, you guys can hear me trip over it. Sometimes I get used to it over a bunch of time, and you can see me skipping and putting in things I think fit better. Well, there are some that I trip, and that's been one I've been tripping over for a while. So I wonder, do you guys do that? Do you guys read things out loud to hear how they might be said? You get used to that when you start going to tables. Your pitch has to roll off your tongue. Perfect example: Fetish Babies Mentor 3, now on Kickstarter, is about Barbara's search for a mentor. The one man she wants to be a mentor is her savior. But will her savior, Bruce, agree to be her mentor? And can Barbara regain her fetishes? See, rolls off the tongue. Didn't read that anywhere. You need shit like that. A Nightmare on Egg Street will scare you out of your egg. And it is something sinister is haunting the dreams of local teens in Nightmare on Elm Street. I still have like night terrors about Freddy, okay? This is disturbing for me. But I'm going to read it, and I'm going to hope it's like therapy. Speaking of therapy and things from my childhood, Kaiju Gods is like Godzilla-like creatures. I'm in. It is a comic anthology of 14 stories, 180 pages, over 40 creators, all original Kaiju content. Amazing. I mean, there are so many creators there. I think I spent 10 minutes of Kickstarter last talk just talking about the creators, and I was only saying their first names. Amazing group. Bob Sally's in it. Kevin's in it. Alex Madej, and I know I'm forgetting creators. I know, and I feel bad. Nicholas is in there. Just, it went on and on. It was just, wow. Mentor Search, our third date with the readers. Time to get freaky. Barbara isn't looking to be saved. She's looking to be taught. Will Bruce say yes to being her mentor? Can Barbara regain her fetishes? See how that rolls off the tongue? Speaking of rolling off the tongue, Alter Life, Journey to the End, hardcover graphic novel. In a world of seemingly infinite realities, Jake is on a quest to find his dead wife and daughter, but nothing is what it seems. And oh my God, is that an undersell? Back in today, seriously, shit is mind-blowing. Mind freaking blowing. Tales from the Black Circle is now live on Indiegogo. Okay, that shit's crazy. I don't even know how to frame it for you. It's freaking crazy. It's about a metal band that's taking fiction and adding into it. It's some of the footage they have for it. When you turn into Kickstarter this week, you're going to be like, Kickstarter talk this week, you're going to be like, what? And you guys will notice that we're using all different new graphics and stuff. So let me know what you guys think of the graphics. But as always, at the end of the show, I like to take a minute. I like to thank the veterans. I know there's no better way to thank the veterans but helping them out. So you can take some time today to check out Veterans Wife on Facebook and see how you can support your local veterans today. Thank you to all the veterans. We truly appreciate your service. We would like to give an extra special thank you to the veterans that don't want to be recognized, the Silent Stoic veterans. For the horrors of they have seen in war, it is to them nothing to be thanked for. They don't put it out there for the world to know, for they are truly struggling, for they now are battling their own war here at home. You are not alone. You are loved and appreciated. You will always be our heroes, even if you refuse the title. Thank you for tuning in to the first of many episodes of I almost did it there, of Indie News. Call myself Indie News is an exciting new program that's going to bring you all the news that's advocating for creators. If you have a story that you want us to advocate for you for, reach out to us and we're happy to do it. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the advocating voice of Indie Advocates. Make sure you tell us how we can advocate you or what we can advocate for you by sending us an email at indieadvocates@yahoo.com.